Freedom greetings, Helldiver. I am ChonkyLotus, and I am going to be telling you all the things that I love about Helldivers 2 compared to all the things that I dislike about Helldivers 2, in hopes to show you that your feelings, happiness and frustrations about this game are being shared not just with your own group of friends, but also with content creators such as me and maybe other people online. I would like to ask you if any of the things that I said resonate with you throughout this video. Please share your experience about it on the comment section. Just to show you that I think I'm qualified to talk about this topic, I am going to show you the stats that I have in this game, with over almost 800 hours of total active combat time plus 1000 hours on Steam. So, what are the things that I love about Helldivers? Let's begin with the weapons. I don't even need to make a list. I can just tell you that most of, if not all of the weapons feel super satisfying to use. There is a huge power fantasy going on in this game, and it's also realistic sometimes, and sometimes it's a little fantasy, yes, but I think it's a good balance, and Arrowhead has done a fantastic job at keeping things correctly placed without nerfing like they used to do in the past. It was a little frustrating when they did that, but I think every weapon can be used in the very different situations, and this is something that really excels really well in Helldivers. Is super satisfying to try new things, new strategies, new weapons, killing every single enemy, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. For me, that is a massive thrill. I love it. Number 2, the ambience, the music, and the weapon sounds. If you play this game, you probably also love that beautiful intro that we get, Super Earth, our way of life, and the beautiful music that comes when the Helldivers are dropping from the orbit into the planet. It is absolutely amazing, and I will always love that song. I'm not never gonna get tired of hearing that. When you play this game without music, however, you can really experience a whole other level of Helldivers as well. You can be very attentive to the enemy sounds, the weapons, the way they sound when they're reloading, how when you're firing, and every little other detail that is usually well hidden, and you don't really pay attention much to that when you're in the middle of chaos and swarm of bugs, automatons, or illuminated enemies. This game does a fantastic job at merging the visuals with the sounds, and the music, and everything combined gives you a wonderful thrill adventure, and this is definitely something that has made me fall in love with this game, and is one of the reasons why I have over 1000 hours playing it. Number 3. The community and the ability to play with friends. I feel like Helldivers is the type of game that you can enjoy solo without a single friend, and you can still enjoy somewhat playing with randoms, even though sometimes randoms can be a little chaotic or unpredictable, or you can actually get your friends together and you can play with them for hours and hours without end. I am talking from my own perspective as a content creator. I have adopted Helldivers 2 on my Discord since almost the day it came out, and we have been playing this game almost every night on voice chat after my Twitch streams. If you ever want to join us, please feel free to join my Discord or Twitch, and I would love to play with you. Maybe there is a chance for you to show me what you're capable of, and I would love to share time with you no matter what level you are. I am very welcoming, and I think this is one of the most strongest points about Helldivers, is that when you play with someone, you are making memories with them. You are overcoming amazing challenges on hardest difficulties on really good planets, and you are coming on top and winning, and the feeling reward of after that is so good. If you have been playing this game with friends, you may be able to tell me that there have been probably very funny moments in which you have killed your friends and your entire platoon but dropping an eagle strike on top of them, or maybe you have done something really heroic like saving everybody or completing an objective against impossible odds. And if I expand the community outside my own inner circle, I have been posting sometimes on the subreddit of Helldivers and on Twitter about my Helldivers content, and there is a lot of amazing people that adopt it, and thanks to that they have been enjoying my content. Let me know as well if you actually have found my YouTube channel through either of these posts. I would love to hear that from you. Number 4 of the things that I like is being part of the Galactic War. However, this is later gonna come back as a negative point as well. When we look at the story of Helldivers and the way that content creators are sharing all the things that happen, it inspires us and it makes us want to be part of this, because what we see seems like really fun. We want to make our contribution into saving things, even though it's just a game. At the same time, it's more than just a game, when there is a whole collective of people out there sharing the same sentiment that this needs to be liberated, that this planet needs to be defended. One of the peak moments of Helldivers 2 was when the Illuminate attacked Super Earth and it got all the players around the globe to trying to defend it. It was quite an amazing adventure and we loved it. Then the attack on Cyberstan, the Liberatum of Oshaun, or even if you go as back as remembering Malevolent Creek. All these little milestones, including the recent campaign on Cyberstan, live on in the memory of gamers and they want to be part of this. This is why Helldivers player base fluctuate. Sometimes they do major orders that are not important, they feel like anime filler episodes, and sometimes there are major orders that are so crucial and so important that everyone, even the people that never play Helldivers, start playing Helldivers because they want to be part of this. And that is one of the most positive feelings is I want to be there, you want to be there, why don't we play together and participate in the Galactic War? It is very fulfilling to participate, it is amazing, but then after this starts the negative points of the things that I dislike about Helldivers 2. Something that many Helldivers have requested is, where is the armor customization? There are two layers to this topic. First of all, it's just the simple cosmetic looking changes that are like changing the paint color or certain parts of your armor so that it can match a helmet with a different armor type and it doesn't look so freaking ugly, or even the capes. And then there is the more complex part of this armor customization, which allows you to swap the armor passive into another, which I think will be fantastic, but maybe it can also break the game a little bit. Perhaps if we want to have a proper armor customization swapping passive, it could only be done between type of armors. Let's say you can only swap the passive of certain light armors between light armors and other medium armors between medium armors and heavy armors between heavy armors. I know this is never gonna happen because Arrowhead doesn't really show any interest in this. However, for us, the player base, looking as good and amazing as we can get while fighting, make us feel more engaged and make us enjoy the quality of seeing our Helldiver running around looking absolutely gorgeous while absolutely destroying the enemies of man's democracy. Next topic is a higher level cap. I know there's been rumor floating around that this is going to be happening eventually. However, we still don't see it. It's been years. A lot of players that are veterans and very devoted to this game have already kept at max level since ages. Maybe this is just me, but I come from a gamer background and I love grinding games. I used to play MapleStory and other RPGs that are super grindy. I could spend hours and hours, and I love that the level cap always increases over time and there is such a slow progression. I actually wouldn't mind if there was a level 1000 cap with a prestige level that allows you to redo everything and over again. Yeah, it's gonna be grindy, yeah, it's gonna be insane, and yes, not many players are gonna even get to the max level. At least you're giving your core hardcore audience something extra to do, and more motivation, more playtime means better for the game, right? It doesn't really affect the casuals because it's just purely a title and doesn't give you any extra perks other than the unlocking the levels of the weapons stratagems at level 25. That's it. The next topic is, why can I not give Warbonds to my friends? I mean, they still gotta grind the medals to unlock the weapons. I don't understand why Arrowhead does not allow a gift function between players. There are players that have a lot more money and there are players that barely can afford a single Warbond, and maybe they happen to be friends, and then boom, here you go, here's the entire Warbond page. Now you can be as strong as I can be with all the weapons. Have fun. I don't think it will break the game. I don't think it's actually bad if we do this. I don't know what you think. Am I crazy here? Please let me know. Then up next, I'd like to discuss if we can actually do something more with just the samples we're collecting almost in every mission. And I'm not talking about donating them to the DSS for activation. Yeah, that's a cool gimmick, but it's really small compared to the things that we can actually do. Let's say, for example, it takes you 5,000 samples and then you can upgrade one of your favorite secondary weapons or favorite primary weapons or favorite grenade so it deals a little bit more damage, or maybe it has a bigger splash zone, or maybe the bullet types become incendiary or heavy armor pen, or maybe you can use 10,000 samples, like a huge amount of grind that you have to constantly be donating, and then boom, your anti-material rifle now has 11 bullets per magazine rather than 7. It is a buff, it could make you way stronger, but it's also a progression system. There can also be a thing, for example, in a planet there can be a scientific research facility, and as long as that planet is under Super Earth control, players can go there and donate with a daily cap, so hackers don't break it. And if we donate, I don't know, insane amount of samples, like millions altogether, all the player base, you can say that Helldivers are getting their armor improved, and the Helldivers HP increases by 2 or 3. You know, little things like that. There can be global donations for samples, there can be personal donations for personal upgrades, and other things as well. I don't know, it's not that complex. Or maybe make these buffs temporary. Something needs to be done with the samples. It's just so boring to keep collecting them, and there's nothing you can do with them once you master your Super Destroyer. And the last negative topic that I think about this game is some major orders. I think all of us at some point have felt really frustrated when in some major orders we know exactly what needs to be done, what planet needs to be liberated, but for some reason no one goes there. And don't even get me started on how the attack defend planet system works. If there was a way to communicate between Helldivers in-game or posting about things that we think we should happen, we could easily take a Gambit planet every time there is an attack, liberating one in the process. Unfortunately, these things are far too complex for such a large player base, and even though the Super Destroyer has plenty of space and screens that are being unused, that could be replaced with a way of player-based communication, suggestions or where to go and why it's good to go there. As far as I'm aware, I think Arrowhead wants none of that, because I think Arrowhead believes it's up to the player to dictate what they want to play and how they want to play. And you can really see how awful it gets when the major order is liberate more planets than what they are actually taking from us. And you can feel really frustrated at how we keep losing these major orders, and sometimes it just wants to make you to not play those major orders because you feel frustrated, and it's a totally valid feeling to experience. There is little to nothing that you can do in that regard other than probably just take a break from the game and go play something else. Or you can just mess around and fighting whatever front you want as well. There is a running joke that everyone blames the bug divers for not participating in major orders that are not related to bug fronts, but at the same time you have to understand that those bug divers that you see during major orders probably are burned out players that are coping by distracting themselves with something else, and they were probably fighting in the automaton fronts for weeks. And now they need something new, otherwise they will not be playing the game at all. I am more than certain that you have also experienced this at some point as well. After the 2 weeks of Cyberstand, you wanted to do very little with automatons and you just wanted to relax with the bugs or the Illuminates. Or maybe if you're crazy like me, you still can keep fighting, but that amount of players is so very few compared to the vast majority. When these sort of feelings and frustrations arise in you, make sure to remember not to blame the other players. They're just like you. They sometimes have a job. They come tired after a long routine, or maybe they're having a shitty day and they just want to play their game in whatever the way they want and to bring some joy to their day. Please don't be harsh on other players. Remember that Arrowhead has designed this game and it's a beautiful masterpiece, but it also has many flaws in the player base and communication, or the way the main orders work with the planet liberation, because let's not even start talking about what do you mean the fact that if there are more online players, each player impact is lower, but when there is lower players, each player impact is higher. Like, do you want your people to play, or you want people to be less active, or you want just a balance? What is going on? It makes no sense. It makes no sense to many people. So is it worth losing your hair stressing over this? No. It's a game. And I love this game, and I will always keep making Helldivers content for as long as this game exists. And maybe in the future, if Helldivers 2 is dead, maybe I can make content about Helldivers 3, or any other game, or maybe something else that just happens to be equally fun and caught my attention. There are more topics out there that you could be discussing about what could make this game greater or why this game is amazing, but I think I have laid out the most important things that I have in my mind. Let me know if anything I've said resonated with you in any way. If you share this sentiment, I would like to hear and read it from you in the comments. Let's always have fun playing our favorite games. Let's not blame other players, and let's just become a positive community overall. Let's also be patient with Arrowhead. Let's also give them some slack. It must be really hard to run a game like this and do the right decisions, and I hope they end up always improving this game because I love Helldivers so much. Thank you for watching. This has been ChonkyLotus for you. I hope to see you around on the next video. ChonkyLotus out.